Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Dhaifullah Zamil Harbi from the University of Kufa, College of Education for Women. My research is exploitation of construal operations in the analysis of descriptive poetry. The umbrella term for or the field of the study is the cognitive linguistics in general. I have selected construal operations to be used as a tool for the analysis of descriptive poetry. The justifications or the rationale for choosing such operations is because of the highly connection between the descriptive poetry and the visual environment. Here the poet is trying to select or to visualize the details of the scenes in order to get full image about it. Therefore, the descriptibility of the poets can be measured by the tools that I'm suggesting. Here, cognitive linguistics and construal operations suggest that reality is not objectively perceived. Therefore, everything is subjective. What I perceive is different from the others may perceive. Therefore, it is suitable for the construal operations are suitable to be employed in such context. I have selected cognitive grammar in general. Cognitive grammar is something or is the grammar that is highly complicated, but I'm not dealing with all aspects of this grammar. I'm dealing just with construal operations. It is something very general. Langacker suggested 4 types of construal operations. I have reformed or redefined these construal operations in order to be employed in my research. It is to be or to achieve my aim in this study. By the way, there are different classifications for the construal operations. For example, Chalmers classifications, Croft classifications, but I have selected Langacker's classifications, and all of them or the theories of those scholars involve what I have suggested here. Let me talk about my construal operations. There are 4. Let me define them. What do I mean by each of them? The first one is elaboration. It means that if I have an idea, to what extent I'll elaborate, I'll extend in my idea. For example, if I have an image, to what extent that I'll use concepts or words that describe the same thing. This means the elaboration, because the descriptibility means that I have to give full image for the scene. So I need to elaborate. I need to tackle, crystallize all the parts of the scene. Second one is the resolution, is the accuracy of reflecting the scene. Because when for example, I have a specific concept, I have a specific detail, I have to reflect its particles, its digits, okay, in order to get a very obvious scene. And the third one is focal adjustment. In focal adjustment, I mean that the movement from one concept to another, and how this poet is moving his camera from one concept to another, from one part of the scene into another. The last one is the relatedness, how all these concepts that are tackled by the poet will be related to each other in order to form a united scene or united idea at the end of the poem. I have taken an example here is a descriptive, let me say, a poem which is written by Ibn Husn. Okay, is an ancient Arab poet. This is called the dove. Okay, he is describing the dove, and this dove is sad. Okay, and he is describing the dove and describing his situation of sadness, like that dove. So here now in this poem there is a great description for the different details of the status or the visual description of the dove. Here is the elaboration, the concepts, the general concept. For example, the dove position. Here are the modifiers for the dove. First, the modifier number 1, modifier number 2, modifier number 3. Also, for example, he's queuing here. There is no modifier, so there is no elaboration. The parrot color, here are different modifiers. It means that this concept is elaborated and so on. Also here we have the resolution. Look at the poem contains words like color, priest, neck. All these perceiving the same or the same thing, the same entity from different accurate details. Okay, so this means that, for example, all these belongs to the same profile, the small parts within the domain of the bird's body. Okay, and I have the focal adjustments. In this focal adjustment, let me say that the movements or the moves of the camera from one positions to another, for example, dog, color, priest, okay, all these are related in a way or another. And here is the relatedness. The relatedness, let me say, the scope, how these concepts that are uttered or explained by the poet. Here, for example, the poet's psychology. Here I have different, let me say, scopes or different frames belongs to the same scope. Here, the shared scope of sadness with between the poet and the dove. Here, the general scope of the dove is the visualized description. Here, the context. Okay, so it means that there are some unity or relatedness. In the conclusion, I have theoretical and theoretical and practical one. The model reflects the applicability of cognitive grammar and literature and so on. Here are some conclusions. The first step, a model reveals the poem is highly descriptive from different aspects. I have mentioned them, but I think that I don't have the time to say or to mention all of them. For example, the poet give details about the major concept belongs to. He also drew not only the small parts. The description is not directed to one or two sub-scenes. The poems stick to a single scene in which all the tackled scopes belongs, and so on. At the end, I want to thank you for your listening, and goodbye.